I am going to start the training. So if you ladies can mute yourself, that would be awesome. Feel free, however, to ask questions in the chat box so that if you have a question as I'm going through, I'm going to break it into 6 sections. So in each section, feel free to put in the chat box and then we can chat more, whether it be pertaining to your business and or if you need clarification. So what I'm going to be chatting about tonight is just generating more cash in your business. So you'll start to see a lot of similarities in my trainings if you come or watch them often. And I really like to tie everything together so that you're not confused and you can see how everything connects. So I will bring up some stuff that we've spoken about in the past and that we will talk about in the future. So we're going to start out on really understanding your business structure. And I love that Leah's on this chat because Leah and I were talking about this also. So what does this mean to understand your business structure? I'm going to take it one step back that a lot of people don't necessarily come from. I want you to make a note and I want you right now to write out, what do you want your lifestyle to look like? This is really important because I want you to build your business around your lifestyle. For example, I have a client who coaches in corporate. She does team building, leadership, and when we sat down for a VIP day and looked at her business model, she wants to be able to travel and work from anywhere. But in her current business model, she's still going into offices almost every day. As well, when we moved on to her numbers section, because she's going into offices every day, she wasn't able to hit her number target and goal because there's only so much amount of time in a day and so much amount of her own time that she can actually physically travel to an office. Does that make sense? Okay, so your first step is, what do I actually want my life to look like? Where do I want to live? Do I want to work from a computer? Do I want to be in person? Do I want to interact with people on a daily basis? Do I want to coach only a certain amount of days a week? Do I want to sell a certain amount of days a week? It's really important to get clear on what you want your life to look like. You know, even going out to Jill in the mommy world, and do you want to have time with your kids? Do you not want to work Fridays? Do you want to take the last month off of the month like I do to work on my business? These are really important things to know as we move into your numbers. Does anyone have a question or clarification about understanding what you want your business to look like before we go into business strategy and understanding your numbers? Anyone? Hands? No. Okay, cool. This is an easy concept, but I really want you to think about it because everything is going to connect. Public speaking, do you want to be in person? Do you want to be virtual? Really think about all of the avenues because it's going to connect back to your numbers. Okay, we're going to go into your numbers. I built a couple templates to make this really easy for you ladies to do. I'm not going to be able to go through all the exact details because it will take us a couple hours, but I'm going to go through the template so that you can work on it and build it on your own. So let me pull this up and then I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so fun stuff here. Okay, I would like you to create a cash flow document. This is also a projection statement. If you are familiar with income statements or balance sheets, you'll see a lot of things in here. This is some of the math, and I know the math part makes people a little bit uncomfortable, but it's really important. For example, I had a client say to me, I want to charge $30 a session. And I'm thinking, okay, let's work backwards because I'm not going to tell you no right off the get-go. How much do you need to make a month? Well, what does that number look like? If you want to make $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 a month, how many people are you going to need to sell in order to get those numbers? So let's break this down. I'm going to go through the worksheet so that you can do this on your own. So I want you to be very clear on what your income and cash opportunities are within your business. They're going to look different for every business. I put a ton of things in here so that I could maybe trigger your thoughts and brainstorming. So have fun with this. You'll also notice I put 3 years because some of the things on your cash from operations might be more short-term and some might be more long-term. So for example, live events or virtual events, sponsorships, advertising, affiliate marketing or affiliate connections, memberships, a mastermind, a low price offer or course, or, you know, an upsell, merchandise, brand ambassadors if you want to expand, if you want to have a franchise model, you can have VIP experiences, a summit, workshops, retreats and travel, educational services like courses and workshops, a subscription box, public speaking, books. It can go on and on. So I just want you to have fun, and I want you to write out all of your possible ways to generate cash within your business. Here you can write your assumptions of, you know, how many you need to sell or what the cost of that program will be. We're going to break this down a little bit further in the next step, and then you can do your rough projections. Projections can be a little bit uncomfortable because you're kind of pulling numbers out of your ass, but I want you to do it anyways, because then we can see where we need to go. You can also then compare this to how much money you need in a month and or in a year. Then we're going to go here, some of your costs that you might have. I need you to be very clear. Running a business, whether you work for someone else or yourself, you do have fixed and overhead costs, as well as variable costs. Variable costs just mean they change depending on how many clients you have or how much staff or how much you sell. So those change based on your revenue. Fixed costs are pretty much fixed regardless of how much income or clients you have. So I just want you to break all that out so that you can basically start budgeting how much money you need to operate your business. The lower, I want you to get as low here as possible. I want you to really be asking yourself, especially in 2020, I mean, it depends how large your business is right now. What do I really need and what is a nice to have? What can I spend maybe $300 on now and $5,000 on a little bit later? So I really want you to honor where are you at in your business right now. Okay? So any questions with these projections? I'm going to dive a little bit deeper right now. We're all good? On board? Okay.
You're gonna send this to us?
I can send it to you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so then I want to go a little bit deeper. So I want you to get very clear. How much money do you want to make in the next year? And how much money do you need to make every month? And you can have a nice to have goal, like a bare minimum goal, and then an amazing goal. And then we can budget accordingly. Too often people will say, oh, I only need like $1,500 a month. Well, I don't want to plan your business structure based on $1,500 a month to cover your bare costs. I want you to say, okay, $1,500 is bare minimum. And then, but you know what? It'd be really nice to start making my 10K months. And then we can plan your business structure accordingly. And this is how we need to do this. So if you're saying you want a 10K month, from events, you know, if you're hosting online or in-person events, how much are you normally charging for that? Now, here's where I'm going to give my 2 cents. Events don't really generate that much money. You'll see this a little bit later when we build out your business. It's very important to understand where your money is coming from, short-term, long-term cash. Where here are we making money? So let's say membership. How much do you want to charge for your membership? Let's say it's $50 a person. Then you want to sell, you know, 100 or 1,000 or 100, whatever. Where do we want to get? So I want you ladies to be really paying attention to the numbers. It can be really simple. You can only have one product and one offering. Then it's really simple. If you can work backwards, if you want to make 10K months, if you want to make 10K months, how many programs do you need to sell to get there? Or you go reverse. So you'll see when we move into your offers and how to build your offer, you can manipulate this. You might be thinking to yourself, oh crap, like my other client who said, I want to charge $30 a month, but that means I need at least 15 clients a month. Is it feasible for you to get 15 clients a month? If it is, awesome. If it isn't, be realistic. When I asked her, is it possible to get 15 clients a month? She was like, well, yeah. I said, okay, how many clients are you getting right now? She's like, well, I'm kind of struggling to get 5. Well, then it's possible, but let's not bank on 15 clients a month. I really want you to be more specific. What that means is there's a couple ways to make money. You can make money by getting more clients, charging more, or getting your current clients to buy other offers. So expanding the number of offers, right? So you can manipulate your business structure in any one of those 3 ways. Does that make sense? Is it helpful to kind of see this and kind of think, you know, how much do I actually need to sell to make my goals? So many people don't do this, and then they're just working hard all on the wrong things because they're not actually focused on sales. I will remind you that 80% of your time needs to be on sales, regardless of your offer. I don't care, and we're going to get into that next. Any questions about that? Okay, moving on. So we're going to get into your business structure and building your offers. Because you can see here, these are technically offers or packages. You can see here that there's tons to do. If your business basically continues to grow as you input new offers, business is simple. All it is you have a product, you sell it. That's it. It gets too complicated when you have way too many offers and you try to sell way too many things. So I recommend you're going to pick one offer, and all you do as you continue building your business is adding offers into your business once you've mastered that. So I'm going to show you, and I always put my hands in a pyramid when I look at your offer. So here we go. So I want you to envision your business. Can you see this triangle? No. Maybe? Your sharing is pause. Resume share.
I can see your screen. It's just really enlarged.
Yeah, okay, let me see. It moved on me. Here we go. Okay. No, resume. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop share. And then I'm gonna have to open the other one. 1 second. Screen share. Okay, can you see the triangle now?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, cool. So I want you to picture your business as a triangle. At the top of the triangle is your highest ticket item. At the bottom is your cheapest and or free. So I'm going to go through, this is my sales triangle. If you are just starting out your business, you need to start at the top. This is how you're going to generate cash faster. This is your short-term cash is right at the top. This is where lots of people leave money on the table. This is also your fastest way to reach your money goals. And then you just keep filling in the funnel. Do you understand? As you continue to scale, you keep growing your offers. And then this is basically called a sales funnel because you can keep funneling people through your sales process. And so it makes it very clear as to how people can work with you. So at the top is always some sort of one-on-one experience and or your main offer. You can go into a mastermind or group. Then you can go into online courses, workshops, events, a membership, and then here are your freebies. Freebies are how you bring people into your funnel. This can be done via webinars, challenges, opt-ins, downloads, ebooks, tons of things. You just want to keep getting people into your funnel. In particular, at this bottom level, bare minimum, you want their email and their phone numbers. I talk about this often. So you want to get their email, phone numbers so that you can sell and continue to provide value through your sales funnel. Selling does not have to be bad. You're just continuing to provide value depending on their needs. So if they don't need one-on-one, that's cool. Find out what their needs are, what their challenges are, what their goals are. Like we always talk about, find out their pain points and their desires and vision and figure out where they fit in your sales funnel. Cool? Okay. Does this make sense? Do you like this visual, ladies? Can you kind of picture your business as well? And so what I find is too many people when they're starting a business start at the lowest offer and then they struggle for years. And or maybe their mindset and their confidence isn't up to the place that they can offer their highest ticket item. That's cool, but then your work is not on the business. Business is simple. The hardest thing about entrepreneurship is your mind. Keep working on your mind, your confidence, showing up as your highest self. Everything else falls into place, right? And then you just keep adding some business strategy around that. For example, my business coaches, I talk to them for literally like 15, 20 minutes. Strategy is easy. It's just, hey, what do I do with here? What do I charge here? What should my offer be? The mindset is really where we start talking about how do I show up? How do I build? How do I stay aligned to my truth? I show you this as mine, and I also need to reiterate, I need you to continue to connect to your gifts. I love that actually the question I chose today was, what are you good at? What are you an expert at? How can you help others? You need to know this so that you can authentically show up to provide the highest offer. If you do not know, keep training, keep building that so that you can continue to provide value. There is no shame. I'm speaking specifically to the entrepreneurs right now. There is no shame in having a part-time job as you build out your entrepreneurial ventures if that's what you want to do. And so if you need more clarification on what your business structure looks like, let me know and we can definitely have a chat. Does anyone have any question about this triangle and business structure before we move on to the next part? Let me see. We have something in the chat. Would you say it's a good time to expand and scale into a course? Oh, when would you say is a good time? Okay. Amazing question, Christina. You're leading us right into the second section. Okay. When is a good time to lead into a course? Too many people launch a course and then nobody buys. So I need you to make sure your course, you're going to spend a lot of time building a course. I'm working on a course right now. I know. I don't want you to spend all this time and nobody buys. So I need you to make sure you have a couple things in place. Number one, I need you to know you have your short-term cash in place. A course revenue, when you're building it at first, is long-term cash. You're building something now to make money later. I need you to make sure you have your immediate cash and you can pay your bills right now. So for example, in coaching or training of any sort, you want to know you have your one-on-one clients, your regular clients, so you can pay your bills while you're working on your course to make more money later. So short-term cash, long-term cash. Does that make sense? Once you have your short-term cash set, I need you to also have validation and evidence that a course will work. So what that means is, before I launched my course, I did 3 webinars on the topic. People showed up, I got feedback. I did a live workshop with the actual course material to see if people liked it and it was valuable. Got great feedback. Then I sent out a survey to people, got great feedback. I had 3 or 4 levels of validation before I even built a course. What this does is obviously lets you know that your material is what people need. It also helps you to sell your course in the same language that people are speaking. This is often something that people also do wrong. So I was working with a client who's in branding and she's like, I know people need this course. Everybody needs this. Again, she built it, spent months on it, nobody bought. And it wasn't that they didn't need it. It's just she wasn't selling it in a way that targeted who her client was and what their pain points were. It was just a communication thing. So as soon as she switched that up, she was able to make money later, but she did have to modify her program. when you sell something, I want you to actually make sales, especially because when you launch a course, when you launch an offer, a launch process takes time. If you want to ace the launching process, use the book by Jeff Walker called Launch, and it goes through the pre-sale, the pre-launch, launch, and then the follow-up again. So you're going to spend a lot of time on a launch. I want you to make sure that it's worth it. Christina, does that answer your question of when you know when you should scale to another part of your triangle? Okay, perfect. The same goes for any offer. As you expand, you want to know that there's a need. This is going to link really nicely to any of my chats on sales and building community. You want to survey your people. You should be surveying your people always. Too often, as entrepreneurs and business owners, we think we have to know everything. You have to know nothing. You just have to be an expert at what you do and listen. Like, people are going to tell you what they need, how they want to be sold to, and how things need to be packaged. Just continue to ask them and they're going to tell you. So we're going to do a live little activity right now, because you're going to tell me what you think, and I'm going to show you live how you're going to survey. So you can survey through Facebook discussions and polls. You can survey over Instagram polls. You can write a survey in Google Docs and or SurveyMonkey and send it out to your email list or put it on your Facebook. Keep asking, what are your pain points? What do you need? Would you buy this? How much would you pay? And the best part is, which we're going to do a little bit live right now, what would be fun? This is a really important question to ask, because too often in your mind, when you build an offer, you're thinking too small. So you're thinking, oh, how do I sell a coaching package? Or how do I sell a personal training or nutrition package? That shouldn't be your question. Your question is, who is my client? What are their current struggles and challenges? How can I solve this problem? Take yourself out of the equation. So I'm going to give you an example. A nutrition client says, okay, my client is moms. They need to lose their baby weight. What would be a fun package? What do moms need? Well, moms might need a makeover. Moms might need a new styling day. You're none of these things, and that's okay. You're maybe a nutritionist. Moms might need, a fun box and activities to do with their children. Like, I need you to think outside of the box. The reason you're doing this and just answering the question of what would be fun, that's going to allow you to build an offer that's $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, as opposed to thinking small of, let's start at $30. No, that's not how you're going to get to your revenue and your numbers. So here's where the numbers connect. So if you got scared when you did your numbers and you're thinking, oh crap, like how am I going to bring in 10K a month? Well, we either need to build a bigger package or we need to find more clients, or both. And then you keep scaling. So if you want to sell 20 3K packages a year, that doesn't sound like much. And that's bringing you up to $200,000 in revenue a year, right? But how are you going to build a 3K package? You're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to have, a texting accountability thing that can all be AI. You can have a Facebook group. You can have guest speakers. You can have a night at your home, which could just be an Airbnb. You can have a virtual retreat. You can also collaborate with stylists and nutritionists and fitness experts that can also offer programming online, and then you just pay them. So don't just think about what you can offer. If your client has a problem and you see a solution, include it in your package, and then just partner with someone and then you pay them directly. So have fun with your offer. You can also continue to grow and evolve it. And then that's a great time as well when you're thinking, man, I got to increase my prices. What more value can I offer? What more can I do? Always just be thinking of value, 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 because if you can prove that you can give value, then someone will say, sure, like I'll spend 10K to know that I can meet Oprah and that I can blah, blah, blah. I want you, when you think about your offer, really just like the sky is the limit. And then once you go through 30 to 50 items, you can put next to yourself, okay, how much would each of these cost individually? And then which 4 or 5 items on this list am I going to actually choose for my offer based on the price I want to charge? Don't do the reverse. Too many people just reverse and they say, this is how much I'm going to charge. Or sorry, they say, this is what I'm going to sell before they figure out their pricing. So that's how the numbers are connected. How much do you want to charge? And then build a package to get there. Especially if you already have clients and you're an expert at what you do, make a bigger offer, upsell them, continue to add more value. Does anyone have any questions about the offer part? Okay, I'm going to do a little live right now. Actually, I'm trying to think. Let me finish the training and then we can come back to this offer and then we can have a fun little brainstorm and get there because I am recording it. So I want it to be really easy for people to watch back, including you ladies. So once we go into building an offer and what would be fun, I want to talk about automation. So automation is going to be another key part to how you're going to make money. Automation can be done in 3 different areas. And this goes back to the basics that I talk about all the time. Business is simple. All that you need to do is build a community, engage the community, and sell. That's literally it. So you can build automation in each one of those areas. You can build automation in building a community by, Facebook ads, or like Linda said before, Planoly, using programming apps to show up on social media, Pinterest, LinkedIn. You can hire someone to do it for you. Think about ways that you can automate building your community, showing up, doing webinars. Those become an automation when it's just scheduled in your calendar. So for example, if I were you right now and I were building a one-on-one practice, every week, which is actually what I do now, every Tuesday, I go live and do a collaboration with someone. I put that on Eventbrite, which increases my email list. They promote it, I promote it. So I'm getting access to their community and I'm growing my community by doing a collaboration every Tuesday. Now, going into another way that you can continue to grow your community is through ads. Your ads will be through, you want to be getting their emails. So your ads will be through webinars, opt-ins, challenges, things like that. Ads are usually better for products that are under $100 to $200. If you're trying to sell something that's really expensive on a ad, your conversion rates aren't going to be as high and you're not getting their emails. So in my experience, I would recommend ads for email generation, and then you can automate the process and sell them through an automation. And we'll get to that part in our 3rd step. So the 2nd step now is engagement. So you can automate engagement through your email list. This is really beautiful because you can actually, I'm sure you ladies have joined a challenge or an opt-in where you get automatic emails that come through. Those are all programmed and automated. So you can automate engagement. You can send them lots of value, videos, send them to your Instagram, Facebook, and to other parts within your business, all through pre-done emails. This is really great. It takes time, but you can do it over a process and you can just kind of pick one automation to work on right now. So even for us right now, we're working on our membership automation and our automation when people sign up on our website through their email. So just what I would do for engagement is write out all the possible automations that you can create and then just tackle one at a time. And don't think you have to do it all overnight because it does take a lot of time and you're just going to take it one automation at a time and just kind of go slow. Within this statement, I also want to emphasize, don't compare your stage 1 to somebody else's stage 10 or 17, because you might look at other businesses out there who have all of their workshops and courses and automations all set and everything looks so beautiful and you're thinking, oh my gosh, that's okay. If you're at the phase where you're just still solidifying your short-term cash, own it, be there, blinders on, just know what stage you're in. So I also hope through this workshop, when we're thinking about how to generate more cash for your business, you're making notes of what stage am I in? Am I building out my sales funnel? Am I building out my offers? Am I working on my short-term cash, my long-term cash? Which stage am I automating? Where do I need to be making more money and what can I focus on? Does that make sense? Are you ladies following? Yes? Okay, cool. So the third part that you can automate is your sales. Sales can be done through ads. It is also done through launch sequences, challenges, and your emails. Have you noticed, even within automations, again, everything comes full circle. You build community, you get their email addresses, you engage via email and social media, and you sell via email and social media. So everything is all connected. If you have an email or if you have a social media following, this does not guarantee cash. I work with influencers that have 40,000, 100,000, 200,000 client or followers and are still not making money because they don't have emails and they don't know how to sell over social and they don't know how to sell over email. This is a skill that can be learned over time, really coming back to pain points and desires and vision, which we've talked about before. If you want my sales training, send me a note and I can send that to you as well. So that kind of summarizes the automation piece. So just to recap what we've talked about, and then we're going to go back to offers. We have talked about knowing what you want your business to look like and what you want your life to look like. That went into business structure and really knowing your numbers. How much money do you want to make? What are your goals? Set them high, and then plan your programs and your offers and your sales to meet your goals. Really understanding your short-term cash, your long-term cash, building out your sales pyramid, and then going into automations and making money while you're sleeping. That's the beautiful part. But it all takes time, right? So I like to give you ladies the big picture. Try not to get overwhelmed and really just focus on the step that you're in. So do you ladies have any questions before we do a live figure out of building an offer? Anything? We're good? Let's do a quick check-in because I want to make sure everyone's with me because I tend to give a lot of content on these trainings. If you ladies can just let me know, is there something that stood out to you or what stage are you in or what are you taking away from the 6 steps that we spoke about so far? I'm going to wait until somebody talks. Here we go. Christina says, I'm in the phase of building my one-on-one, but looking to create a course. Good. So you can do both at the same time. Just make sure that you are getting validation from your course so that people will purchase and that you're still building community and email so you have people to sell your course to. And then also just make sure you have your short-term cash so you're not worrying about, oh my gosh, I have to get my course out because I need money. You got this. Good. Okay. Anybody else? Jess?
Just that it has nothing to do with us and everything to do with them and understanding their language, because we can put in so many hours of work and if it doesn't land, then we're literally crickets.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. And most people do that. They're like, oh, this is going to be perfect. And it might be perfect, but you just have to figure out how to package it. Also something, and this goes back to the course, something that people also tend to do wrong is they try to include too much. It's easier if you just do smaller packages so that they can actually see results. As well, people want to know they can see results in a short period of time. So if you can do a 6-week, that's usually better. If you can even say, look, I can give you results in the next 72 hours. From a marketing perspective, even better. Nicole made a comment here. I like the whole concept of thinking what you want your life to look like and building around that. Yeah, there's so many things I want to involve in my business and eventually, great. Yeah, that's so perfect. And I see this too in people, you might notice in the template, I highlighted a public speaking and book because those are often long-term cash as well. And they don't actually generate the cash. It's the sales offer. It's the author that sells the merch. It's the author that sells a course, that sells a mastermind. That's where the money comes from. Books and public speaking, you don't actually make that much from it. It's more funneling it. You want to make money while you're sleeping. That's kind of where I'm always looking. So even public speaking, you have to be there to make money. That can be some nice cash on the side, but I always look at really looking at your business structure as, how can you continue to build that out? Same thing, I have a celebrity client who has a huge community, but they get paid when they show up. So right now they're trying to figure out what else can I build in my sales funnel so I can continue to make money and grow, do the work once, get paid multiple times. Any other comments before we move into the offer? Linda, Jill, I see your faces. Anything you ladies want to say?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and say something.
Cool.
So now I'm in the validation stage. I'm literally kind of creating my beta offer for my one-on-one coaching. And I just this week signed 2 beta clients, my 2 only and final free clients. Thank you. To validate my offer if my strategies actually work.
Yeah.
And for feedback and a testimonial, in exchange for that, I offer them a quick 25% of my full program that I'm developing. And what resonated with me is just to think what do I want my lifestyle to look like, and kind of build my business structure around there. Okay, so how many hours do I want to work, this and that, and then how much money do I want to make, and just building from there, rather than thinking, oh, how much do I want to charge, and then not everything adds up where you want it to be.
Exactly. And then a year from later, you're like, I'm exhausted and I hate my business, right? Yeah, totally. I just want you ladies to own who you are. If you want to travel the world and public speak every day, that's awesome. But just own who you are and what you want your life to look like, because there's only one of you and only you have the gifts and skills that you do. So put it out there in the world. Cool.
Yes. I loved it about your automation. I'm going to get there eventually with emails. Is there anything, is there a software that you use to generate these emails, automations? What do you use?
Yeah. So there's a couple of things that you can use. I use Lead Pages for my opt-in page. And then I sync that to my email platform. I used to use MailChimp, but I've since moved over to ConvertKit just because the functionality is better. ConvertKit is more expensive, but it's a little bit more sophisticated. There's also, I know a lot of people use Kajabi. They even have platforms. It really depends on your preference, as well as there's a new one that just came out and it's in beta right now. So if you sign up now, regardless of how many emails you have, you pay the same thing. And it's called Flowdesk, Flodesk. And they're going to end up having landing pages as well. So right now I use Lead Pages and ConvertKit. I'll probably move over. I have Flowdesk right now, but I'll probably move over to use all of those once the functionality is complete.
Oh, awesome. Thank you. Okay.
Cool. Anyone else? Okay, awesome. Okay, let's go into a fun little brainstorm. So I'm going to take my mastermind, for example. So you can see how it goes and we can just have some fun building an offer. So ladies, tell me. So what I want to do is I want to build some sort of group experience for aspiring leaders, aspiring celebrities, aspiring CEOs, and entrepreneurs. I want to make sure to give them business, mindset, relationship. I want to give them all they need to know to build a millionaire mind in every area of their life. And I want to create a year experience, and I want to just really help them where they're at. So now I'm speaking to you individually. What would be super fun? What are your goals right now? What would be fun? And what would make you say like, yes, I need in on this group? We'll kind of go around. Nicole, do you want to start first?
I was like, I have to think about this.
Yeah. Well, or if there's anyone that has an immediate response that you're like, oh, this is what I need. This is what I'm looking for. If there's something that you're looking for that you haven't found, or let's say a program that you've seen that you've really loved and thought about, is there anything that comes to mind right away? If not, I'll continue flying things at you. Okay, I'll keep throwing things your way. So yeah, go ahead, Nicole.
I feel like the community of like who's in the mastermind would matter to me. By that I mean, like, I don't mean names. I mean like the qualities of the people, because I feel like in a mastermind, you just all really like learn from each other and you really inspire each other. So that would be really important to me, to like be around people who could really like challenge me to grow and give me perspective and think differently and just have a lot to offer.
Cool. And would then the speakers also matter if you could connect with the speakers one-on-one so that you could continue building out your community and your network?
For sure.
Yeah. Okay. Would you want one-on-one time with speakers, or them speaking, would that be sufficient?
One-on-one time would be awesome. So that actually just reminded me, there's this music conference that goes on every year called ASCAP, and they offer like one-on-one sessions with like producers and songwriters, so you can like just learn from them and like play your song for them and they can like critique it for you. And
Cool.
that has always like really interested me, because it's like someone who's established in the field giving you advice, like you really value that, and there's so much you can learn from that.
I love that. So what you just did right now, which is great, is you took from another industry and you saw what worked in another industry and brought it in your own. Mm-hmm. I have a client that does mobile massage. When I was working with her, I said, look at all the mobile companies out there. What are they doing? And see if you can borrow from other industries. That's great. Thanks, Nicole. Okay. Anything else come to mind, ladies? So I want you to think of like, do you need help showing up on social media? Do you need photos? Do you need to know, it could be fun to have a workshop on how to pose. Do you need a makeover? Do you need to feel confident? Do you need a nutritionist? Someone to give you a workout guide? What would help you be the best boss alive? Think about just your life in general. Anyone? I'm going to come back. Jill, do you have anything? What would be super fun?
For me, like, I'm definitely more like a visual learner. So whenever you say something that would be super fun, for me, it's all about making visual content that's easily digestible and very in-depth. Like it has, all these little pop-ups and like it's just very visually pleasing, very organized, and has like worksheets that are easy to fill out and very visually presentable, if that makes sense. It's not just, like something like random and like black and white and a little bit of dark green or something. That's just a regular template. But to actually see that a person who created that put effort in it and is just easily like flowing while you're filling it out. You don't have to stop and be like, what do they mean by asking me this question? Like, how do I fill this out? Like, do I have to go back to the lesson and rewatch it to understand what they mean by that? It's just, like something that's easily digestible and very well organized and just put together.
So maybe like a monthly workbook. I'm like that kind of nerd. So like a monthly workbook would be really useful for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Yeah. Love it. Okay, Linda, anything come to mind?
No, but just, I mean, like when I first started out, I what you said, along my way of being an entrepreneur, I feel like I could even do maybe now a YouTube video on where to start and how to start, just someone guiding you, sometimes I think that's the hardest part of doing anything, of how to even start your Instagram, of how to start your website, just like the basics. I find, that would interest me. And
Cool.
that's just, yeah.
Yeah. So would it be fun to have someone at your house do a YouTube video with you?
I think so.
Yeah. Cool. So like you could have makeup and a video person, like we send a video person to Linda's, keep her accountable and schedule that for her, right? So do you see how you can do this? Yeah, like build a focus group, ask these questions, really understand like what are your challenges right now and how could this group and mastermind help you get there?
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Jess, do you have anything to add?
My brain is going in a million places because I'm now thinking of this mastermind and now my own.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think for me, just based on what I've been doing in the last week and a bit, is someone that actually, like an actual day in the life to do, like Vanessa knows, no other people don't, is like getting my face on social media is just like, I've written pages of content, but you haven't seen and I've been posting every day on my stories, but you haven't seen my face. But if I had somebody here that showed me, like I could actually watch them do it so I can see the mechanics, it makes it more real for me than to tell me like what to do. And then if I've never heard of it or I've never done it before, I have to trust that my perception of listening is what you're actually telling me. Where if you said, okay, Jess, part of our coaching plan is we're going to get together for 4 hours and do a VIP where we're literally going to go, okay, let's show me your content. Here's your pain points. Now I'm going to watch me. I'm going to actually do a real thing for my own. And now we're going to copy that essentially with your content and you're going to do it. I'm going to show you like how I hold my body because this worked and this didn't work, or how I hold my phone, or do I use a filter for this, or do I not, or these outfits look great. These ones don't. These backdrops look great. These ones don't. So we can almost learn from people's mistakes when we're so new and feeling like a floundering fish out of water.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, this is so useful, super useful for me. So I can continue to provide value for you. And then also continues to give me ideas of how I can support. And the same goes for you and your business, right? I hope this little live chat is helpful so you can see the questions I ask. And so what I'm hearing from Jessica is, maybe we have a full retreat day. And in that retreat day, we bring in everyone to help come out on social media. We have a full social media day. Now, the thing to consider when you're building your offer is virtual or in person. If you're doing it in person, then people fly to you. Just because you're in one spot and you just keep that as part of your package. You can also keep the virtual component. So if people can't fly to you, then you can stream it virtually and they can join, or you record it and then they can go from there. Or even easier, figure out a way to do it all virtually so that they can come along with you on your filming day or whatever that looks like. And then you can also integrate that into summits and travel experiences and that sort of thing. Does this make sense to everybody, or is this helpful?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So I want to finish up and just be cognizant of time. Do you ladies have any questions? And I'm going to go back so that I would like you to tell us what you're going to be accountable for and what you're going to do this next week to honor where you're at in your business or your life. There are no wrong answers here. I just want you to take something from this workshop that you can either think about or start asking questions or start planning on your own as a next step to move you forward with your business. So I'm going to actually start with Leah. Leah, are you still with us?
Yep, I'm here.
Cool. So what are you taking from today and bringing into your week?
So I know we spoke about the survey last time. I've been working on the questions that I want to find out from people. So I plan on sending that out, getting some answers and some direction. And I really like the idea of just picking one offer first, because I have so many ideas, so many things I want to offer, but hearing that I can just focus and really hone in on one, to me, makes it seem like it's much more attainable to go ahead with this.
Cool. Awesome. And don't be afraid to start with the highest ticket item if you need to make the money fast. Cool. Thanks so much, Leah. And feel free to send over the survey. Feel free to put your Instagram in the chat box, and then we can all connect and you can send the ladies the survey too.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah. Kaylee, are you with us still?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So what are you taking away from today's session and implementing in your week?
I think it's just about like grounding again and really seeing like the bigger picture. And I liked kind of like reassessing business strategy, and I do need to like go into the numbers and like really finite pinpoint my goals and like base things off of that. So I think I need to like touch in with that. I think that's probably the biggest.
Right.
Yeah,
that's huge. And that's where you can also ask yourself, how will I stay accountable to my goals? Do I need to find an accountability partner, get a coach? What will happen? Will there be a consequence if I don't reach my goals? Right? So if in the next month I want to sell 3 clients, what am I going to do to get there? And what if I don't? So this is actually more popular with male clients than female clients. Male clients are very big on like, if I don't make my goal, there's going to be some sort of punishment. Like I either have to buy my friend dinner or make a donation or something, or like run around the block 50 times to actually give some sort of incentive and fear, because you don't want to do that. Even if you can find someone, this is where accountability partners are really useful. Find someone that's at a similar stage and you don't want to lose. You don't want them to get 3 clients and you not. So find someone that you can help build each other accountable and keep each other motivated. Awesome. Thanks, Kaylee. We're going to go to Christina. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Cool. So what are you taking away from today and bringing into your week?
Well, for me right now, it's really just owning where I'm at and just being like completely okay with that, and continuously to focus on like my automations, doing the work to book out my one-on-one, but simultaneously work on building my course to create the life that I really want.
Love it. Yeah.
So that's what I'll be focusing on.
Perfect. And I love that you said that specifically, like right now your automation's working to build your one-on-ones, right? Because if you have a good automation, the automation can sign people up and book a call with you so you can get them on a sales call to sell your offer. So it's just really understanding your sales process. And that's also known from the ticket price. If you have a large ticket price, you're better off selling on the phone. A slower ticket price, you can sell over email or a sales page.
Yes, because I did notice with my email automations with my one-on-one, it's great to stay top of mind, but they're not converting. I don't know if it's the content or if it's just a higher ticket item. But yeah.
Yeah, I would get them on the phone and then also work on your email strategy, continuing to provide value and getting more engagement in your emails. Yeah. And or bringing them on a webinar so that you can sell them on a webinar. They may need more touch points with you to make the sale depending on the price point.
Right. Yeah. So that's definitely something that I've been working on for some time. I'm just learning to perfect it.
Perfect. Sounds good, Christina. Thanks. Okay, Nicole, I know you are still dabbling in entrepreneur world, but what are you taking from the session today?
I really like the whole like pyramid thing and what you said about how if you're first starting out to start at the top. I thought that was like a really good insight, and I wouldn't have I don't know what I would have done, but I was like, oh, that's just so good to know. So I made sure to write that down. Cool. And I like the whole thing about like structuring, like knowing what you want your life to look like and then structuring around that, and then just like honoring where you are and like short-term, long-term cash. I think that's really important.
Yeah, great. I love that you brought that up because it is counterintuitive. Most people start at the bottom and work their way up. And the bottom is great as a feeder to get emails, but I need to make sure you're not a starving entrepreneur.
Right.
And you need to start talking about money and making the money so that you can grow and scale and hire people and outsource. So thanks for bringing that up. Okay, Jill.
Okay, so my goal for next week is to actually start building the community, finally launching my Instagram content and being present on Instagram stories on a daily basis, because now I'm like on and off every couple of days, but actually like making a content plan that converts, that speaks about my one-on-one offer clearly. And obviously starting with work with my beta clients. And I really loved the whole idea of that worksheet about how do I want my cash flow and everything look like in this year, next year, and the year after that. So I really want to work on that as well this week.
Awesome. Perfect. Okay, great. Thanks so much, Jill. And then last we have Linda and Jessica. So we'll go with Linda first.
First of all, I love taking away, like even last week, this week, if I can take away from one thing, I think these are so worth it. So love what you're doing. I have the numbers in my head and I love Excel spreadsheets, to be honest with you. I don't like complicated software. So that is so going to be my to-do, is to do the cash. Write it out. Like I said, complicated spreadsheets, I don't know. They're just, especially when you're starting out, you can just do one. So I would love the template if you don't mind.
Yeah, I will definitely send that out.
And then the automation, I know I'm going to be there eventually. So I'm really going to look into, like, I've heard of MailChimp and some others, but like what you said, I want to kind of get ready, you know, and I like to be prepared for, you know, for automation once I get everyone's emails. So yeah.
And you can build your email list even before you figure out your automation. So don't let the automation scare you. Just start with an email list.
Right. Yeah. And that's, I really want to look into those. And you said the Flow Desk. I think that, I guess.
Yeah. So Flow Desk, you'll need to pay. If you want to just start free, start MailChimp.
Oh,
because you only have to pay once you get over a certain amount. But check their numbers because they did change them recently. So check. It just depends how many emails you have. So then they charge accordingly. Gotcha. Yeah, but Flow Desk won't. So if you get in on beta, it's $19.99 American, regardless of how big your mailing list is, which is huge because right now I pay $160.
Right. And all these subscriptions. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I have over 10,000 emails and then they gouge you $160 just to host my emails.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yes. Okay. Then I'll go with MailChimp.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, Jessica.
I want to bulk up my coaching packages. So I just want to add more value. I think my coaching I know they're great based on like client feedback, but I just feel like I want to be able to automate something to have more to offer for that. So that would be one thing. And also with that, I want to solidify my blunt offer to get more clients in. Cool. And then really start building my community, meaning.
Yeah, that's awesome. So good. Yeah, that's awesome. Ladies, you are fabulous. So I'm going to just give you a quick update of what's going to be happening with training. So I loved this during COVID. I want to keep this going. I've added the training to the membership. What that means is I'm doing a training, and most of you are members. So I'm going to do a training the first Monday of the month and the third Monday of the month, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So we're going to come on live. I'll tell you the topic before training. So you can come on live, and obviously if you come on live, you can ask questions, we chat. It's a little bit more beneficial. You actually lose 30% of the content if you watch the playback because you're not as engaged. So regardless, as a member, you get all the playback. So make sure you sign up on Mighty Networks. You're going to see there's over 100 videos. The TLC University is separate from the coaching videos. So the coaching videos I've all uploaded in a library. The TLC University are all of the interviews and expert workshops, and that's all there. You can catch them all depending on whatever topic you want. And then all that information is there for you to watch whenever you want, and that will be through Mighty Networks. So I'll send out the membership link after this workshop in case you have not registered yet. And then I will send you the link for the first week of August and the third week of August, and then we'll get going from there. And if you ladies have any topics that you want me to cover, let me know, and then I'll continue to include that in the programming. So you'll probably see also within the TLC Facebook group, I'm always polling what topics people want because I don't know. So I just poll them and see what the top one is, and I usually train on that. Cool. Okay, any other questions? We good? Okay, awesome, ladies.
Thank you.
And then make sure you can pop in your Instagram below as well. Some other ladies have done that, so feel free to check out the Instagrams, and then we will see you August. I don't know what the date is, the first Monday of August. And I'm traveling. I'm gonna take the plunge and hop on a plane. So I'm gonna be on the West Coast, but hopefully I get back in the country. So I'll keep you ladies posted. Okay, cool. Sending you so much love. I'll talk to you soon, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.